What's up, Alphas? It's your boy Alphas. I'm made looking, cute looking, clean looking, sexy. And you know, it's Friday. What we doing? Just a fan wrestling? Okay, we're gonna do just a fan wrestling for you. Just for you, my guys. We talking about Royal Rumble. It's been a crazy week. WrestleKingdom.
3 nights of WrestleKingdom.
Hard to kill. We had the AEW special last week. We had NXT. A big thing. So we're going to do a little short show.
New Year's Evil and Battle of the Belts.
Yeah, so we had all those things going this week. We're going to talk about a little bit on this episode of Just a Fan Wrestling. By the way, me and Tori will be doing wrestling podcast after major shows starting.
We're bringing you all your wrestling needs.
So we're gonna review the shows, talk about if we like, what we didn't like, what we like. Sometimes me and Tori like different things. Sometimes we like the same thing, but we looking for to give you the best entertainment. So I want to start out first. I'm gonna announce my surprise for the Royal Rumble. What's my surprise? Adam Cole gonna be in the Royal Rumble.
Ooh,
he's gonna be the Forbidden Door one. Vince has a good relationship with him. Vince was like, people expect Chris Jericho. People expect maybe a Bryan Danielson.
That was my pick. I'm not gonna lie. That was gonna be my pick for the surprise for the men's was BD showing up.
Yeah, because they're expected. Bryan Danielson is probably the most likely outside of maybe him or Chris Jericho. Because again, John Laurinaitis is the one contacting AEW according to the rumors, and
he's Bryan Danielson's father-in-law.
Yeah, so that's kind of like an obvious one. So, but I want to think outside the box. Let's do something different. Let's do something that will excite the WWE crowd, because a lot of people from other things will excite a smart crowd, but not excite a regular
hardcore crowd.
Yeah. A casual crowd, maybe more so of a regular WWE crowd that's maybe not full of hardcore wrestling fans. Adam Cole would be one that's pop for.
Yeah, guaranteed.
And has Adam Cole been? Did he be in the Royal Rumble before?
No, I think I take that back. I think he was in one. I think he was in the Royal Rumble where I take that back, because that was Survivor Series a couple years ago when they let NXT be in Survivor Series. So I don't know. Adam Cole might not have ever been in a Royal Rumble.
And that's what I think would be fun. Like somebody that never been in one. I'm pretty sure if you ask Adam Cole, since he still has a good relationship, he's one of the wrestlers that didn't talk bad on WWE when he left.
Nope.
He said all good things, and I'm pretty sure Vince would be like, hey, you know what would be cool? Something that shock people. Because let's be honest, Chris Jericho and Bryan Danielson would not shock people if they showed up one night.
I don't think Chris Jericho, but the real shocking one that would shock everybody, Mox. If John Moxley made his return, sealed three-way at some point, triple threat match between Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, and John Moxley.
One I'm hoping for that I think most likely won't happen, because AEW won't put their champion in this place. If Hangman showed up, that would be insane.
Nah, bro. Hangman is losing immediately. If he gets on, Roman Reigns is smashing him.
So I'm saying, being the Forbidden Door in the Royal Rumble, and we assume Roman Reigns will be in the Royal Rumble.
Send Hook, Send Hook through the Forbidden Door into the Royal Rumble.
I don't think two people I don't think they will ever send would be Hook. And I don't think the other one would be. The other one I don't think they were saying would be Adam, because he getting out quick, and AEW don't want their champion to look weak, so he not gonna. Chris Jericho get knocked out quick. First off, Bryan Danielson and Chris Jericho in a match. Vince gonna show them love anyway, because
but I don't know, because Chris Jericho sort of burnt his bridge, if you remember, because he told Vince when he left, he was like, "I'm only gonna go to New Japan. I ain't doing nothing here in the U.S. that's going to mess with you." And then he was the first AEW champion, or like the second.
But when Chris Jericho called Vince, and that's going to be on the Broken Skull podcast, Vince said, sure.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, I don't have no problem with it. You just ask your boss. If he don't have a problem with it, you can do it. So I'm like, if their relationship is I can call Vince and he let me on the Broken Skull, I'm pretty sure Vince would like, that'd be a nice shot. But one thing I would think Adam Cole would be a shot.
I didn't even think about that. That's true. They did let Jericho on Broken Skull after he was on AEW.
And that's on Peacock with WWE branding. So
yeah.
And he let him talk about AEW. So I think if Vince gonna do a surprise, most likely it would be Bryan Danielson or Chris Jericho. But I'm thinking the one that'll shock the world will be Adam Cole, because I don't think he ever been in a Royal Rumble, and I think he would agree to it just because he never been in one.
Yeah. Okay. So I wanna follow that up with this. If we let Adam Cole through the Forbidden Door, do you think they let Britt Baker in too? Could we see we've got the Impact Women's Champion in the Royal Rumble? What if we got the AEW Women's Champion in the Royal Rumble too?
I think it'd be different because, again, AEW probably don't want their one. But
Britt Baker has been in WWE before. She got jobbed out to old girl that they fired that hurts everybody. The Rock's cousin that we don't like. Nia Jax.
Yeah, the outside cousin. But
she squashed Britt back in the day.
Yeah, she did. She destroyed. I'm disappointed. By the way, saying that, I'm disappointed in CM Punk.
Oh,
because I'm 100%. When he said that WrestleMania, this was before Samoa Joe announcement this week. But
that could be the real ultimate line that everyone would be shocked if CM Punk showed up in the Royal Rumble.
CM Punk is 100%
breaking the internet.
That would break the internet, but I'm 100% sure he ain't gonna.
No, it's never gonna happen. But it's
Vince
fun to dream.
Vince would have to, that man. Bro. If you want somebody to diss WWE, CM Punk been doing it for years. Matter of fact, only reason he's on Fox show is because Fox asked for him, and Vince like, I don't know if I want him on y'all show, but y'all.
They're like, he don't really like us all like that, and they were like, but we want him.
And Fox like, we gonna give you $3 million for SmackDown. They're like, okay, you can put him on your show.
He's like, bro, $3 million. I don't care if you fired me on my wedding day. I'm coming for the $3 million.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. The only way they'll get him if they paid him a lot of money. But like, the reason I said Adam Cole, because he never been in one, it'll be a cool thing to have. And I don't think they'll job him out, so AEW will probably be happy with it.
Okay, I want to know, non-Forbidden Door, who would you like to see in the Royal Rumble? Like anybody from NXT that you would like, because I don't know if you've seen this, but Tommaso Ciampa has made his main roster debut on a dark match a couple of days ago. So I'm not gonna lie, I'd like to see Tommaso Ciampa in the Royal Rumble. I really would.
That'd be cool. I think Braun Breaker probably got to be in it, right?
Oh, that would, but I don't know, cause like, do you bring him in even though he can't win? Because Vince is not going to let the NXT champion win the Royal Rumble and then get to challenge whoever they want at WrestleMania. Let's be honest. Especially not with Bruce Pritchard. Bruce Pritchard is in charge of NXT now, so the quality is about to go down.
But I think what the thing is about that is, I think that let's say Roman loses early in the night, and Roman's in the Royal Rumble. We know they want to get Roman versus Brock. We know they want to get to that. So they're going to get to it some way. So
see, I think it's going to happen the opposite way. I think Bobby Lashley might beat Brock Lesnar with Roman interference, and then Brock just says, I'm coming in the Royal Rumble at 30 again, and there ain't nothing you can do about it.
Yeah, that way too, you can actually go in. But then both of them, you can have Braun meet them. Like the future versus now. In a cool way.
But which do you feel like's bigger, Braun versus Roman or Braun Breaker versus Brock Lesnar?
Well, we all know that WWE only got two like real legitimate megastars, so and them the two, so I don't think it really matters.
Yeah. And plus, I'm ready to see Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns. I think Roman Reigns is going to beat Seth Rollins for the first time, and I'm here for it.
Yeah, so it's going to be I think it got potential. I'm just thinking it's gonna be.
There's a lot of ways they could go if the Forbidden Door is open. If the Johnny Ace quote is true and borders are no longer a thing in WWE, it could be real. I wouldn't mind seeing a New Japan, bro. And I know this won't happen, but tell me, you see Okada or Tanahashi come into the Royal Rumble?
Bro, all I know is
he hits John Cena with the Rainmaker. I think John Cena might pop up.
You know, he got Peacemaker coming out this week.
See, I forgot about. Yeah, isn't that on HBO?
I don't think he gonna. He might show up because of that though.
I saw him. He was with YB and Corday yesterday or today.
He was with Pat McAfee today, so he doing a lot of. I don't know if he have time though because he promoting that show a lot. But
did you notice Pat McAfee? He shouted out to the big old check that he got from He was on commentary and he was like, "I'm a lot more wealthy now."
Oh yeah, FanDuel gave him what I heard $120 million contract for 4
years. making Joe Rogan money almost.
Yeah, and again, I think he told Sonya again that I make more money.
Yeah,
he makes sure she know.
But he was like, I make more money than you.
Just imagine if what we said happened, and Okada versus Brock or Roman just entered the ring.
That would
you talking about break the internet,
bro?
The problem is I don't know how
this might be a little early, but
we fan booking though. We fancy.
If I'm gonna give a match out of everything that's happened this week that people need to watch right now, you have to go watch Will Ospreay versus Okada. Like, if you've never seen the Japanese crowd get hype, then when you see Okada kick out of the hidden blade and an Oz cutter at 2 different times in that match, that might, in all of my 20 plus years of watching wrestling, I've maybe seen a Japanese crowd get hype like twice before this last WrestleKingdom. So
Tori, before we go on to that, because we're going to talk about all the shows. What was your surprise again? What was your surprise?
My surprise.
Royal Rumble, men's or women?
Okay, for the men, I think I went very plain with the surprise for the men. I feel like Bryan Danielson is the easy one, but if I had to think about it, and AEW wanted to get somebody in there that might not be expected but would be expected, and the people might hate this a little bit, but that's okay. Cody. Have Cody show up at the Royal Rumble.
Show up at Stardust and get that pop.
Oh, that would be so epic if he showed up as Stardust. Bro. But he needs to have his, because, Sammy's got the interim TNT title right now. So Cody's got to show up with his. Like, that's what I'm trying to see on I'm trying to see other promotions' belts. Because let's be honest, we wouldn't care about Mickie James as much if she wasn't the Impact World Champion right now.
Yeah. By the way, I think my female one would be Roxy.
Ooh.
She a free agent as of this week, I think, right? Or next week?
Yeah, I was going to say it's coming soon. Her 90 days are... And
she had a tryout with WWE 3 weeks ago.
Oh, see, I did not know that. See, it's so interesting because there are so many people now that are turning down WWE tryouts because of AEW. Like, the one that always comes to my mind is Wheeler Yuta. Like, he's slowly getting up there, and they wanted him for the new version of NXT, and he was like, I'm gonna go over to AEW. I'm gonna be with the best friends in Orange. Oh, Zelmay, what if your boy OC shows up? Orange Cassidy at the Royal Rumble. Pockets showing. If Pockets comes out, bro, if anyone, I think any wrestling fan, you're either going to react to Orange Cassidy one of 2 ways. You are going to think that he's amazing and breaking the wall and doing something innovative, or you're going to be like, what the hell is this? I don't think there's any in between on Orange Cassidy. You either love him or you hate him.
Who was your women pick, Tor?
My women's. I think I'm gonna have Britt Baker. That is the other. I would give me all the women's champions in the Royal Rumble. I want to hear a WWE crowd hit the DMD.
That would be
just to see if it happened.
What my
thing just to see if they knew it, because that's the real question I want to know. How many crossover fans are there? How many people are going to WWE shows and going to AEW shows?
That will tell you for real. If they do that, they be like, okay, it's a crossover.
If she comes out and hits them with the DMD and the crowd hits the DMD, that's sort of a litmus test, kind of. How over is AEW with our crowd? Are they going to cheer for their champions? Or are they going to come out to silence? Because, Vince would get a kick out of it if they just came out to crickets. like the music, because you're not getting that with Adam Cole, regardless of what crowd it is. You're hearing the boom and you're hearing the Adam Cole, baby. It's happening.
It happened on SmackDown when they had a crowd.
Exactly.
So
but yeah,
the crowd didn't expect nothing. So
I'd have to say, for the women, Britt Baker, and for the men, send Cody, not Hook, or send Hook. Shout out to Hook in the strip club with AB.
He is. I'm telling you, he date two people I know that for a fact they're not sending, Adam Page and Hook.
Yeah, no, Hook is. There's two, bro. It's too juicy right now. He's got he pulled in his segment on last week's Rampage where he went against Aaron Solo. They had like, I think, almost 100,000 viewer jump. They went from like 500,000 to almost 600,000 during the Hook segment, which is good numbers for AEW on Rampage anyway. Because Rampage usually brings in 500K, 475, between 475 and 500K every Friday, which is not bad for coming on at 10 o'clock on a Friday. So when they managed to break that 550 with Hook, that tells me that people actually want to see him, because that's almost an extra 100,000 people that were willing to tune in for Hook's son. And Aaron Solo, I have to, man, I ain't gonna lie. What possessed that man to say to Hook, survive if I let you, stretch me if you can. That sounded crazy. When he said that before, just hearing a man, stretch me if you can. I am a scumbag, people. If you're watching this, you know that by now. When I hear another man say, stretch me if you can, you know where my mind goes. Any dude that is coming on TV and he's saying, stretch me if you can. He got stretched. He did.
Well, so, hey, Unique over here, so everybody say he's a little small guy in the corner, so everybody say hello to the best host there is.
I was going to say, the host
before we move on to WrestleKingdom and all the other shows that we got to talk about real quick.
Yeah, because there's a lot of them. We got caught up on the Royal Rumble, people, but we all know it's the hypest
that's
thing happening right now.
That's what y'all got. That's what y'all came here for anyway. That's what
the Royal Rumble is what it's all about. But if we're going to talk about WrestleKingdom, bro, man, shout out to NJPW, New Japan Pro Wrestling. They brought out all the guns for WrestleKingdom this year. WrestleKingdom 16 will go down as one of the best WrestleKingdoms, if only for the fact that at the end of this 3-day massive event in the Tokyo Dome, we got Okada and Tanahashi as a tag team. My Lord. Both of them, and think, that was literally Okada's 3rd day in a row wrestling. He wrestled on night 1, 2, and 3 of WrestleKingdom. And Tanahashi wrestled on night 2 and 3, I do believe. I'm not going to lie. I don't remember if Tanahashi was, because I think it was night 2 when he beat Kenta. And
Zack Sabre, I did not watch WrestleKingdom 3. Did Zack Sabre wrestle on WrestleKingdom 3? Because he did 1 and 2. I know he did 1 and 2.
He did 1 and 2. I don't believe that he was on 3 because they did there were some people, like Kenta was supposed to be on night 3, but if you saw that ladder bump that he took, you understand why he wasn't there for the 3rd night.
And that table spot.
Oh, Lord. That was the sickest flying press I've ever seen. Tanahashi has the most amazing form. Just him coming off of the ladder, arms completely stretched, hits him full crossbody through. And if you people don't know, they use completely different tables in Japan than you see in the WWE. It is not these long cardboard-looking tables. These tables are thick with 2 C's, people. 2 C's thick these tables are. So just going through one of those, and the fact that Kenta up on, how tall do you think that ladder was? It had to be 15, 16 feet in the air. He fell off of the top and landed on a trash can face first and then took the flying press through the table. That is the crazy part, is that he was willing to look. And like, I understand kind of, because it's Tanahashi. You are not getting, anyone who knows New Japan knows that the Ace and the Rainmaker run New Japan. If there is an open vacant belt in NJPW to be filled by Okada or Tanahashi, as both of them were. Tanahashi walked out as IWGP Heavyweight Champion, and Tanahashi walked out as IWGP United States Champion. And then they had a tag team match against Keiji Muto and I can't remember the other guy from Noah. But that was an amazing tag team, just because if you'd have, even a year ago, you couldn't have told me, just because of the epic rivalries they've had and how much more serious Japanese wrestling feels sometimes, I'd have never thought we'd have had Tanahashi and Okada on a tag team, and that was just good to see.
What match would you tell people? We know about Okada versus Ospreay. So another match. I'm gonna go night one, that tag team championship match. That was an amazing watch.
When the House of Torture won the Never Openweight Championships.
Yeah, that first night tag team match. That was an impressive match. That's what I was like. If you don't know nothing about it, because a lot of these people, you probably won't know their names. Watching that was fun. That's all I say. I did not watch night 3, so I can't tell you nothing about night 3. I'm just gonna let everybody know that.
For me, the match would have to be. I've already said it. If there's a match besides Okada and Ospreay that you have to watch Kenta on that ladder against Tanahashi. You just have to, people. You have never seen somebody willing to take. Besides, the only thing I compare to that ladder bump that he took is maybe when Edge hit Jeff Hardy with the spear off the ladder.
Oh my!
That
was insane.
Amazing.
Like that was a.
No, that was actually the second scariest spot I've seen outside of the Shane McMahon 30-foot Hell in a Cell.
Shane McMahon coming off of that.
I thought he died. I said he gonna die. Like,
he gonna die.
30 feet. If he missed that table, it's over.
It's over.
That's 30 feet. I don't care what you put on that ground. That's 30.
Nothing, bro. That's like when New Jack threw Frank Grimes off of that scaffolding in like 99 and was trying to kill him. R.I.P. New Jack. And he even told us, he was like, "Oh, I was trying to kill Frank that night. I was trying to kill him. I wanted him."
Let's go to
the table.
We got 3 more shows that we got to talk about. We're going to go with some of the lesser knowns, and then we're going to get to the more known show. Okay. So let's go to my favorite pay-per-view of the weekend. I know some people agree or not agree. Hard to Kill. Had Chris Bay is amazing. Can I say that?
Yes. Let's hype up Chris Bay. I am here for this. He is so underrated. It's not funny. And he is first black dude in the Bullet Club in a while. Let's go. Him and Jay White could be an amazing tag team. I can't wait to see New Japan. I'm here for
it. Chris Bay is amazing. That's the first match of the night. Tasha Steelz got the X Division, first ever X Division Ultimate X.
First ever women's X Division, bro. There were some funny spots in that when the one girl came in and she wasn't even in the match and she had her tag partner on her shoulders and she was just like, "Grab the X." I was like, that's what I'm talking about. That's what this match is all about. Grab the X.
Okay. Can we talk about how strong Jordan Grace is?
Oh, that's scary. I don't know how John Gresham deals with that. I couldn't have no girl that could bench press me. I couldn't do it.
Bro, when she used on it and picked us, I was like, "Oh, you are strong."
Gorilla pressing people. Okay.
But yeah, Chelsea Green has some nice spots in it. Lady Frost, that
go grab a charger real quick.
Okay. But yeah, Tasha Steelz had a thing. Jordan Grace was amazing. Chelsea Green was really good. Rosemary always fun. That was a good match. Lady Frost, that moonsault off the top of that thing to everybody was insane.
Oh, that's crazy. That was really crazy.
What'd she jump off of?
That little X Division scaffold they got.
Yeah, they've got like a little scaffold above the ring that they have everyone climb. And it's scary.
Did she hit it?
She hit it.
She hit it. It landed.
Yeah, she did a moonsault, but these are like These were like tight ropes that they have across the ring. It's not. It's like they put ring ropes in an X above the ring and just let people get up there.
Yeah. Hardcore War. We saw what happened with that, and ROH at the end of the night. That was the one to talk about the match.
Big
ROH.
Surprise. For the Forbidden Door is all the way open, especially at Impact. Scott Dumas has worked with almost every wrestling company in 2021.
Can we? I want to give this match some love. Steve Cutler hasn't lost, but him and Trey was amazing in the X Division title match.
It was good.
I was scared 2 spots when he did the knee, when he did a double knee, almost put
hit the code breaker.
When he hit the code breaker off the top rope and he almost hit that gate, I'm like, that was almost scary.
There were a couple spots, but I also want to show some love to Jonathan Gresham. His match, that Pure Rules match that he had, was good. And I'm not usually a big fan of the Pure Rules. It's good. It's a good match.
That reversal to the win was amazing.
Man.
That little, when he reached over, got him, I was like,
yeah, just the little, it was like a it was like, it was a crazy.
Not describe it.
I was gonna say, I don't really. You have to go watch it, people. It's not an easy one to describe because Pure Rules are different.
Yeah. Matt Cardona, Morrissey, and Moose. Probably the
shout out to Moose Wrecking. They have such good chemistry. Like those 3 men together, they can work a match.
It was a real good match, but that's probably my least favorite match. But it was still good because I love the show.
I'm a little bit of a Moose fanboy, bro. I was sad when they dragged my boy on Twitter. When they dragged him for calling out Roman Reigns, I was like, man, why you doing Moose like that?
Okay, Joe, this is the thing. They said the Forbidden Door open. Moose is the Impact World Champion. Like, me versus Roman Reigns. Everybody in the comment, they are Impact fans. They're like, bro, Roman don't know who you are.
He does not know who you are. Like, it was so disrespectful.
Didn't he do that to the crowd earlier this week in live?
Bro, Roman Reigns is one of the only people. I think the crowd enjoys being angry at Roman Reigns so much that he is amazing. We have wanted to hate him for so long, and now that Vince is finally like, okay, I agree, you guys should hate Roman Reigns. We all love him. This is the best work he's ever done.
Do you mean to tell me that Vince McMahon actually, like, the plan was for y'all to like Roman in Vince's head, but it backfired as some things happen with Vince nowadays. And now he's just got to embrace it. Will he embrace it?
Vince has been trying to get Roman over as a babyface since 2015, and we finally accepted Roman as a heel in 2020. So we had to hate Roman Reigns. Is one of the only people he got the Rock booed. How do you, bro? If you can get the Rock booed, yes, the Rock came out. I will never forget. Raised his hand and they still booed this man. They didn't care.
Rock was mad. Rock was upset.
How did Rock? I mean, how did Vince feel about that?
Who?
How did Vince feel about the Rock getting booed?
I think that might have been one of the. Yeah, I think that he probably told The Rock sorry 1,000 times. Because let's be honest, The Rock is never coming back to get booed. He wants you to love him, and they just weren't having it.
I can never imagine The Rock getting booed. I didn't know that happened. Oh my god!
Yeah.
It is so crazy because you can see why they did it.
Is it because the typical wrestling fan would be like, no, I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to get The Rock over.
Joe,
is that what happened?
Joe,
I
was trying to get Roman over.
You were trying to use The Rock to make us love Roman.
Boo the whole night.
Wow.
Joe, the crowd was ready to boo the whole night. They were like they was like revving up. It was like revving up through the whole row.
Wow. They hit a "This is awful" chant during Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns. They hit a "This is awful" chant and started playing with a beach ball. I will never forget that WrestleMania. Brock was so And I only remember this because after that match, Brock literally went back in the back and threw the Universal title at Vince. Just threw it at him. Was like, I'm done with this. And all you see is Vince call him an a-hole, and they keep it moving. Like,
and the craziest thing about this whole story is Roman's told Vince he ain't coming back unless he controls his character, and then he got over.
Yep. He was like, I'm not coming back unless he argued a creative control clause.
What's that?
Out of Vince. He got a creative control clause out of Vince.
You don't get that out of Vince.
Well, if I spent 7 years trying to get you over,
unless you're John Cena or The Rock or Stone Cold. If you are not John Cena, The Rock, or Stone Cold, you don't get or Mick Foley. Mick Foley also got creative control. That's why we got to see the three faces. That's why we got Cactus Jack, Dude Love, and Mankind. Yeah, all three of them in the Royal Rumble. He got eliminated and came out 3 times in 3 different outfits.
That's vintage.
Came out as Cactus Jack, Dude Love, and Mankind.
I just want y'all to know that Tony Khan would have let that happen.
He literally got thrown out of the match, went back there, changed clothes, came out 3 people later.
That's one of my favorite things that happened. That's amazing. The crowd went crazy when that happened too.
It is, and only
that was good.
Only Mick Foley can do it. They loved it every time. He came in. There were 30 people in. He came in at I think it was 3:17 and 25, something like that. And they popped every time. And he used 3 different entrance musics. Came out 3 different ways and ended it off coming out as Mankind with the mask on. You could tell that he had trouble putting it on. He was looking crazy, like he had already been tossed out 2 times. And still came out and got tossed out a 3rd. And we loved it.
3 people lost an opportunity that night, by the way. Man, so
it's Mick Foley.
Yep.
3 up-and-comers lost an opportunity.
It's Mick Foley. He's the nicest guy in wrestling.
Bring up the point I was saying earlier because I got sidetracked. The fact that CM Punk didn't tell MJF that you can go back to WWE and let Samoa Joe push you around again still upsets me today. The fact he ain't used that yet. Every time MJF bring up WWE, he should say that. You can go back to WWE and get pushed around by Samoa Joe.
Yeah, because I'll never forget it.
It was a takeover joke. MJF was a new dude, and he was like a bodyguard, and Samoa Joe.
He was playing security,
and that's like the only time we ever seen him. And that's the only time
shoved him into the wall and just kept moving.
Wow!
Never got in the ring. Only there to get pushed. And now he's the greatest talker of today. The only person coming close.
Tough enough.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not going to lie. I forgot that MJF was on Tough Enough.
I did too, honestly. I forgot about Tough Enough was actually
You probably wasn't even watching wrestling, the new one. He was on a new one that was just on YouTube and couldn't promo.
Yeah. The Miz. We wouldn't have the Miz without Tough Enough. People forget that.
We wouldn't. Tough Enough was I was like, we talking Real World. I don't want to watch Real World. I want to watch Tough Enough.
It was a reality show about wrestling.
When it was cool. It
was literally.
They try to get a lot of women over on Tough Enough.
Yo, most of the people on Tough Enough.
They did. Lots of girls in bikinis on the early Tough Enough.
They didn't.
Yeah. But a lot of people, like the Bella twins, some people that were on Tough Enough made it huge.
Yeah.
Maurice.
The Bella twins.
She was trained under Miz, and Miz told her she'd be.
Yeah. But Maurice, would she still be there if she wasn't married to the Miz? I don't think so. Because Maurice can't wrestle like that. She is decent. Yeah. Like, let's be honest. She's about to get stretched by Ben.
I think she would have been like Michelle McCool in that van.
No, man, I will never respect Michelle McCool just because of what they had her do to Diamond Dallas Page. Vince is so petty. He was like, oh, Diamond Dallas Page, you're over in WCW. Well, you're going to come here and you're going to stalk The Undertaker's wife, and then he's going to beat you and let her pin you, and then you can leave.
Yo, that storyline
Vince is the
wildest storyline I've ever heard in my life.
Bro, they literally were just like, yo, I know you're DDP and people love you, but I need you to be like a crazy stalker.
He did. He used to cut the lights out like it was Sting and pretend like Sting was coming, but in the end, it was Diamond Dallas Page stalking people. I'm like, Sting gonna fight the Undertaker. Oh my God. They did it for 3 weeks,
of all the people, he chose the Undertaker's wife.
They did it for 3 weeks, Joe. They cut the lights off only.
They did one of them vignettes where he was standing outside their house in the window.
They cut the lights off before they announced it with Diamond Dallas Page being the stalker. They just they teasing a WCW person was coming.
Yeah, that was the first time.
And they just cut the lights off when the Undertaker in the ring. So everybody like, Sting. Because the lights went up. So Vince is even eviler.
Yep. And we've never gotten that, and we'll never get it. We never got the Sting versus Undertaker match, and we'll never have it because
he wouldn't that make it sacrilegious to do Sting versus Undertaker?
No, it would be amazing if they had done it 10 years ago.
Don't try that now.
That's fair.
I don't know. Sting is 62 and still hitting like dives off of the top rope. He almost killed MJF with a hip toss over the rope. Threw him on his head.
Last time I seen 2 60-year-olds go in the ring, it was Goldberg and Undertaker. They didn't. No.
Oh, let's not.
That didn't go well.
He had 2 bad years in a row. The Undertaker just can't go to Saudi Arabia because he is horrible in Saudi Arabia. They did the D-Generation X versus the Brother of Destructions match. Another match that I wanted to see for years, but we waited until everybody was over 50 and getting gassed out early.
Ripped apart.
And
they always get caught
up.
They always get caught up in what they're doing at the time, opposed to what, they need to take advantage of this because you have more years to get this over later.
We getting Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, and Dean Ambrose when they all 55.
That's going to be insane.
Oh, I'll take it, though, because let's be honest. I will, because Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, and Jon Moxley will all be crazy by 50. Like, it will be Jon Moxley. He is coming straight out of rehab and going into GCW. Okay,
would they all be broke enough at that
Reigns
time
would
to
probably
do
be doing
anything?
movies and then come back just for appearance.
Yeah, Roman Reigns is going to make the transition at some point. He's about to take the Rock's path. People don't realize it, but I feel like within the next 5
that's
years,
the top guy. So yeah, the Roman Reigns is John Cena.
Roman's
and Sasha Banks about to too, because Sasha, she basically retweeted somebody saying, "Oh, Mercedes is a star, not Sasha Banks." I'm like, "Oh," she said Mercedes.
Yeah, will she be a Jedi?
Yeah.
Is she going to be like the next Jedi or like in the
no, she's one of the bounty hunters, isn't she? She was on one of the Star Wars shows. She was like one of the bounty hunters, I thought.
So she was on.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. I saw that on Twitter that she opened up one of these.
Last night as a bounty hunter character. Yeah, and somebody said Mercedes. Sasha Banks is not a star. Mercedes had just became a superstar, and she retweeted. So I'm like, oh. Nah, really.
Is there beef there?
But you got to remember, Roman Reigns and Sasha Banks are both related to The Rock.
Sasha Banks related to Snoop Dogg too, so you should.
Yeah.
Yep. I was about to say she is Snoop Dogg's cousin and The Rock's cousin.
She's good.
Okay. Well, we got 2 more things we're gonna try to get through because I know it's a little longer. But we're gonna go with the AEW Battle of the Belts. I did not understand this pay-per-view.
Worst pay-per-view.
I didn't understand it. It was like one of them was all the matches were like remade because all the people that were supposed to be in them had like COVID.
Yeah.
So
everybody
was
out. I
don't blame them for it, but at the end of the day, I didn't understand what's the term TNT title TBS style.
I blame Tony Khan because didn't nobody want to see Riho versus Britt Baker for a 4th time? No one wanted to see that. And you still had us watch it.
I don't understand
part of master plan. Don't.
But
Tori, no.
The one thing I will say, if you have to watch something out of Battle of the Belts, just watch the first match and watch a 55-year-old Dustin Rhodes hit a Canadian destroyer off of the apron through a table on Sammy Guevara. The fact that man can still be, because he's still amazing.
He wrestled in 3 months. Bro, he out here getting beat.
Bro, he was willing to get fake boobs for Goldust as a man. He was willing to get breast implants. He can wrestle as long as he wants to.
Goldust had going on back then, but that was a wild storyline.
Can we? That is the one thing I will thank Vince for. Thank you, Vince, for telling Dustin Rhodes that he didn't have to do that. But shout out to Dustin Rhodes for going to Vince and being like, yo, I want to take Goldust to the next level. I'm willing to get breast implants. I'm getting divorced. I'm having a midlife crisis. I think breast implants would take my character to the next level. And shout out to Vince for saying no. Because never forget, Vince had Mark Henry and an 87-year-old Mae Young give birth to a hand on television. A white hand.
But
no one did.
Henry, I still remember Mark Henry saying, why a hand though, Vince? He's like, it's a hand, get it? It's a hand.
Why a hand? Because it's hilarious. Like, it's a hand. And while we're on Mark Henry, shout out to Mark Henry for coming out to 3-6 Mafia as his entrance music and never getting credit for it. He was dope. So ahead of his time.
I want to give a shout out before we get off. I had to give a shout out to D'Lo Brown and Tom for that Hard to Kill commentary because it was the best commentary by far I've heard in a long time.
It was good. It was good. Just hearing D'Lo Brown, he's still so into it at this age. He's such a good commentator. Tom is so underrated.
And Tom is amazing when Vince don't tell him to give promo spots though. To promote this, promote that. Promote that.
They give it to what's his name? That Stone Cold was chasing around the bingo hall and all that stuff.
Oh, you talking about Booker T?
But D'Lo Brown, he was really the personality of that whole.
Bro, he come out with the head shake.
Oh yeah, so yeah, D'Lo probably should have been doing this, and I'm glad that they picked him up from wherever they picked him up from. To let him do it.
Yeah, Impact. They're doing Impact. We need to respect the fact that Impact is easily holding their place as the 3rd place wrestling promotion in America, and that's not bad right now because there's so much wrestling going on, and we're still taking the time to watch Impact. Even with everything going on with AEW and WWE, it still shows that there's love for the hardcore fans.
Shout out to them for letting Jonathan Gresham come on too.
Like I said,
shout out to them for that.
Yeah, defend the ROH championship. Like I said, Scott Dumas has worked with this year in 2021, this last year. He had NJW, New Japan, AEW, Ring of Honor, AAA, and WWE now, plus Ring of Honor. The Forbidden Door left Impact a long time ago. Anybody can wrestle there, and it's amazing.
Like that too, so it's the real dope. Last show.
Yeah,
last show was the one that came out the week we watched this New Year's Evil. It was a good show.
Yeah. Braun Breaker killed the Black and Gold brand.
Mello shined. Braun Breaker shined. The people they wanted to shine. It was a solid show. NXT is starting to get solid. In New Year's Evil.
But do you think it's still going to be solid now that Bruce Pritchard's taken over? That's what I really wanted to ask you. Do you think NXT 2.0 is still going to be good? Okay.
I asked you guys that in the group chat. I did not get an answer. I want that now. So what direction are they going? Are they going classic wrestling? Are they going
base?
No, you are getting kids fresh out of college learning how to wrestle coming on TV now. That is what's going to happen.
I just don't want to call it NXT because it's going to hurt.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong. It's just all in the presentation.
I actually didn't mind. I thought when he broke the name, they should have announced the new name at the top when he kicked the X.
Yeah, I felt that too. If you're gonna have him, because he came out, he was like chained up to the old logo, and then he broke the chain. That was the perfect time right there, and all they did was.
By the way, it was a brilliant story because I feel like all the NXT newies are like chained by all the fans to like, we love the old NXT. We want the old NXT. So when
we love black and gold, and this was them breaking the chain.
Change the name too. So I get to it. It was a good story. By the way, that story was amazing. That story was amazing. It just overshadowed by Vince firing everybody from NXT and going his new direction.
All them people getting fired overshadowed the story always. But I want to shout out to Vince for swerving us the first time, because I think we all thought the first Tommaso Ciampa versus Braun Breaker match, I thought the title switch was coming then, and they didn't do it then. They drew it out a little longer. We got a second match, and Tommaso Ciampa proved why he is one of the best professional wrestlers in the world, because not just anybody can go in there and wrestle with a Braun Breaker and not get broken and like still be over afterwards. And I think if they do Tommaso Ciampa right, I'm holding the WWE accountable right now. Vince, if you job out Tommaso Ciampa on SmackDown or Raw, we're gonna have problems, bro. He's done too much for your company
by giving him a longer reign. I think that was like a.
No, he deserved that regardless, bro. Tommaso Ciampa,
Vince, man, because Melo won that belt. Melo won that. As soon as it knew NXT, Melo won.
All I want to say, we all know Zelmay loves Melo. He is all about Melo. But I want everyone to remember that the last double champion in NXT was Keith Lee. Okay,
Triple H put that belt on him.
That story ended horribly. We still don't.
Vince put the bet on Melo.
Yeah,
he put both of them on Melo.
He did. But the welterweight North American combo is kind of.
By the way, if Vince is Melo wrong, you will never see Shawn Michaels in WWE again. I'm telling you right now.
Shawn Michaels, bro, they fired the Road Dogg. They are literally cutting out Triple H's heart right now. They have gotten rid of everyone from the Triple H regime of NXT except for Shawn Michaels. They fired William Regal, bro.
That's one I 100% disagree.
And I want to talk about this before we go. That's a big thing.
I was going to ask what Regal.
He one of the best coaches and scouts you can ever find.
One of the best talent scouts in wrestling.
Okay.
And I talk about, as you know, I talk about how bad Tony Khan's booking is. Vince may have messed up because a lot of people don't want to talk about Vince fired Gabe Sapolsky. Gabe Sapolsky is one of the best wrestling bookers there is. Everything from early Ring of Honor was Gabe Sapolsky. Everything from 2006, 2007 Impact when Samoa Joe and AJ Styles were all coming in. That was Gabe Sapolsky. And Vince just fired this man. And the one problem we all have with Tony Khan is his booking. And literally one of the best bookers in the world right now just got released from WWE.
That sounds
Tony Khan, be smart. Hire Gabe Sapolsky.
He got a fantasy book. You know, good way on fantasy book.
Yeah.
He made that
too valuable.
By the way, Gabe, understand.
Tony Khan, if you see this, you are dumb if you don't hire Gabe Sapolsky.
You know, you are nobody else to book for him. But Impact,
he needs it though. Because Hangman don't feel like the champion. I want to get on that real quick before we go. Hangman Page versus Bryan Danielson. I hate Hangman. But tell me, did that match when you saw this Hangman versus Danielson 2, who did you feel like was the champion in that match? Because it didn't feel like Hangman was the champion. It was like he was trying to beat Bryan Danielson. You shouldn't be using the non-champion to get your champion over. Your champion should be already over by the time he's wrestling Bryan Danielson.
But that actually is correct. It felt like, he's solidified now. I'm like, the champion is solidified?
Yeah, what is going on here? What do you mean, this is the champion's big win? He just retained his title. That's what he's supposed to do.
Roman beat anybody. No, Roman's supposed to win. He's just champion.
Yeah, you're supposed to feel like Roman's going over.
Roman fighting Brock. Hangman like a human monster of a human being.
And we still feel like Roman should win that match. And Brock is the beast incarnate.
If you see Brock Lesnar in real life, you'll be like, this is a freaking nature.
it's
scary. This man is like 6'6", 340 pounds of pure muscle, and just jumps around like
he had half of his colon removed.
Brock Lesnar plays for Georgia or Alabama, if you ask me.
He played for Minnesota.
That's Brock Lesnar.
He was part of the Minnesota stretching crew.
He was on the Minnesota Vikings, and they kind of whooped him because them boys like, hey, bro, you big, but you ain't got no technique out here, son.
Isn't that bad? Like Goldberg and them, they just couldn't make it in the NFL, but they were
NFL, so they can't. Hey,
intimidating men. Big men.
That's a good thing, though. If you're in the NFL and you can't make it, Vince McMahon will book you. Titus O'Neil, Brock Lesnar. Yeah, all of them played football.
Aren't they like most of them are defensive?
Roman Reigns was a defensive tackle. He lost about 30 pounds to become what he is now, but he was about 310 at Georgia Tech.
Yeah.
But he survived leukemia. So I mean,
leukemia though, because he came out of college and got leukemia, and then
I was gonna say he went through radiation and all that. And I mean, anyone who's had someone go through cancer, you know how much weight's lost during that process. Hate to hit a serious note, but that is what it is.
People need to respect that Division I defensive linemen in the SEC and the ACC.
Hey,
you are.
If you see the way these brothers talk about football in the group chat,
Big E played for Iowa, didn't he? Yeah, these are.
Hey, how do you feel about your boy Big E losing to Seth Rollins last night? I told you Big E was getting done bad. That championship run wasn't looking too pretty.
I figured he was going to start. It was going to start going that way.
It
wasn't going to last long
because off of WWE he was a star, but when you put him back in,
he was a star when he was with the New Day.
He was a star when you put him on Fox. He was a star when you put him on ESPN. But then he come, then he come on
Very
Raw,
true.
and you be like, oh, what happened to the dude that was on? I just saw ESPN yesterday.
Yeah.
They don't write him that way for Raw.
It's weird.
They don't write him.
Bro, he's calling this. He called it Tyson Fury, and you like that dude's cool. And then he come on Raw 2 days later, and you be like, oh, this dude is
a whole nother person. It's crazy. I hate that they do him like that because Raw is where the exposure is supposed. You're supposed to
got the belt and everything, and I'm like, oh, he's cool. But I'm like, that tells me it's a booking problem.
And then they had him lose it. He even ate the pin that night, didn't he? When he lost the belt to Brock Lesnar, didn't he eat the pin?
My thing about that is, if you look like a star on Fox, you look like a star on ESPN, that's booking. If you can look like a star everywhere, but where you supposed to look like a star, that's booking. You can't even deny that at that point.
But I think Vince probably feels like he's got too many black people on top right now. So, I mean, you got Big E. You got Bobby Lashley. I mean, that's two. He's only got 2 world titles at the moment. He had to undiversify. The Hurt
Business still getting beat up by Bobby.
Give one to Brock, one to Roman.
Business go back to Bobby just to get beat up by Bobby again.
Yeah. Well, I want to hear what your thoughts, because I didn't get to ask you about that, Zelme. How did you feel about MVP, Paul Heyman, Bobby Lashley, and Brock Lesnar being in the ring? And it was literally just Brock Lesnar and Bobby Lashley. Brock Lesnar did a knock-knock joke and had the crowd answer it on Bobby Lashley.
It was
told him, knock-knock.
And he
hit him with the who's there? Bobby. The whole crowd. Exactly. Bobby who? Exactly. Drops the mic.
Killed that promo. That was amazing.
That's his job.
Yeah.
And Brock is not the best on the mic. No, we gotta admit that.
I'm gonna tell you right now. People say that because when he first came in, he wasn't. When he went to, if you go back and look at UFC, he was amazing.
Once he had to get in the press conferences, he learned how to talk crazy.
Against who was it?
I agree.
Who was it? He beat up the Captain America. He beat up Captain.
Who didn't he beat up when it came Velasquez?
He beat him up.
Yeah,
he was amazing in them promos. I'm like, where's this dude when he go to WWE? But
yeah, where are you at in the rest?
But technically,
where are you at when we're wrestling? You're in UFC talking crazy.
Blame that on how much they lean on Paul Heyman. Blame
he was amazing.
But Paul Heyman is the greatest voice on the mic today.
That's true.
Bro, there ain't nobody Not even MJF. MJF is coming close, but you can't put nobody on a mic opposite Paul Heyman and think they're going to do better than him. He has been talking crazy since he had a fake ponytail in 1993 in Philadelphia.
But Brock,
okay?
Yeah.
You ain't getting
Brock
past
was
it.
amazing. He said, that man said, it's a pleasure to be in the ring with you. Brock said, it's a pleasure to be in the ring with me also. And I said, I pop.
Yeah, it's a pleasure. He's like, you're right. He said, it's not my fault that for 20 plus years, I've been winning championships and you haven't climbed that ladder to be in the same coliseums that I'm in.
Joe,
that's
like,
on you.
Not only here, but in UFC too.
But
I was winning championship in UFC.
Yeah, he said, I was the champion of UFC. You was fighting in Bellator, bruh. There's a difference.
That's good microphone shit right there.
Coming from Brock Lesnar, that's crazy.
That's good because he really was not it on that microphone a few years ago.
No, he was horrible. But that's to your point. They had Paul Heyman talk for him for so long.
Yep.
That it was so refreshing seeing him without Paul Heyman. It's the first time in 10, 15 years.
Good too.
Seen Brock Lesnar talk.
He did the Roman promo good too. Roman. He
said, made
Roman,
him
acknowledge me. I'm like,
yeah. When he went out there and he held up that belt and he said, I don't even remember, were they in South Carolina? They were somewhere, but he got acknowledge me, and the whole crowd goes crazy. I was like, oh yeah.
He said it like this, acknowledge me. He making fun of Roman. He's like, who says acknowledge me to people? So he's like, acknowledge me.
Took the steel steps, threw him in the ring, stood on top of him, held the belt up. And then they even argued about Paul Heyman like he was a girl. Paul Heyman was like, Brock, please don't talk to Roman like that. Roman, please don't talk to Brock like that. And then Roman hits him because, of course, Brock Lesnar, he said, Paul, shut up. And Roman's like, hey, bro, don't talk to him like that. And as soon as Brock takes his eyes off Roman, Superman punch, and Roman just
it's the only good storyline and
runs out. We the ones. I'm leaving
right now.
They treating Paul Heyman like the girl, and like she's caught between two dudes, and she loves them both.
Paul Heyman
and they're ready to kill.
So aggressive.
Paul literally told Roman, "I loved you.
I loved you." He was crying and said, "I loved you." He said, "I protected you from Brock Lesnar because I love you, not because I pay you, not because you pay me.
And then Brock
I love you." What? Bro, that's so mad. And Roman, right after that, Roman played into it so well. Hey, Brock, don't talk to him like that. Don't talk to him like that. I'm not having it, bro. I may have fired him and hit him with the Superman punch, but you can't talk to my old lady crazy, bro. I only do that.
You need to know that the co-producer of all this wrestling, other than Tony Khan, is Roger Goodell. I just need y'all to know that the commissioner of the NFL is like, because these storylines are coming straight from like Jalen Ramsey.
By the way, this show was 30 minutes, but it was a lot of wrestling to go by this week. So
I'm sorry, I'm out of here.
There was so much wrestling.
It was a lot.
No, bro, there were literally like 6 pay-per-views last week.
They had 3 nights of WrestleKingdom. We had Battle for the Belts. We had New Year's Evil,
AEW, WWE, NXT, and Hard to Kill. Yeah, and we hit them all. Kingdoms. Who else is doing that?
Good job, boys.
Let's go.
Your favorite wrestling podcast right now ain't touching us. They would not never cover all of these in one video.
To be honest, they probably only cover AEW.
But yeah, they're only covering AEW and WWE. We're giving you Impact, New Japan, Ring of Honor, even though Ring of Honor lives on only through Jonathan Gresham right now. He got the ROH titles carrying it.
Terminus.
Terminus.
Make sure y'all give me a good link to that for sure.
I got you. Don't worry. I'm gonna hit you in the group chat.
Jonathan Gresham,
I got you the link. You ain't gotta worry about it.
Send us a link.
Out of Atlanta.
Yeah. We need the freebies. Right? Terminus, one of the first ever all-black wrestling cards. People, go support it.
By the way,
hush, dog.
Yo, Chris Bay. I want to end this with this. Chris Bay is amazing. All right, I appreciate y'all.
I'm totally okay with that. People, go watch Chris Bay.
I'm a casual.
Joe is very casual. Joe don't even like.
This was fun, though.
Yeah,
I'm interested.
Hey, we killed it, yo. Three podcasts one night. We kept good energy through all three.
And this will be out on Friday, so and usually be 30 minutes. I know a lot of people like this time, but
hey, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
Yeah, and then we'll do big events too. Once we get all this out, we next month we'll start covering big shows. We might do Royal Rumble. So I got to see about that.
Yeah, we got to hit all them premium live events.
You have to do that. We'll do it live too, so we'll probably be live on the channel, cover them live, so it'll be fun.
Ooh, that'd be cool. I'm always down for
because I know people gonna be excited coming off the pay-per-view. We might do a watch along. I gotta see how we're gonna do those, but that's a lot on my internet. If I get my fiber, we'll do a watch along. So.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say you gotta get your, but we gotta be careful. The DMCA strikes, bro.
Oh, we ain't gonna have no sound or we ain't gonna show the video, so we're just watching it.
Like, okay. You want to just do they just get our reaction. Okay, I'm with that. I do have I got a Discord.
You know, he got Discord, dude.
Discord and we might watch it live in Discord. Keep it on.
Can I ask you a
What's
question, Zelmay? Can I like pretend to wrestle my dogs and pretend like do the play-by-play for y'all? Like instead of catching the DMCA marks?
That'd be amazing.
We'll do on Discord.
We just show people our reactions to the wrestling, but they just have Joe putting his dog in a headlock on screen.
I'll jump off my kitchen table.
If Roman Reigns wrestling, you might, and in the crowd yelling, you get a long headlock.
Yeah. Make sure you hit right when the boos hit. You got to hit like a 5-minute headlock just there, laying on the ground with the dog. Got him in the headlock.
When the crowd get loud for the other person, you put him in the headlock. You be like, "I'll do this all day until y'all shut up."
Got it.
This is my ring. I run this.
I love it.
He stole that move from Mick Foley, though. Mick Foley made that move work. That is how he got people to hate him as Cactus Jack. They loved him so much. The only reason they would hate him is if he just put people in headlocks for like 10 minutes straight.
But the crowd will cheer Roman Reigns most of the time, so he'd be like, "Shut up!" So he put him in the headlock and just sit there.
Because he's like Becky Lynch. You can't, even though they're supposed to be a heel, they're still getting the babyface pop.
Joe, but when he said "acknowledge me," the crowd goes crazy, and it's very weird. Minnesota, acknowledge me, and the crowd just go crazy for like 3 minutes. I'm like, is he gonna talk?
You're like, you booed The Rock for this man 3-4 years ago, and now you love him.
Chief did it for you. Once you get a good gimmick and you get your spot, it works for you.
Yep. He took everybody to the island of relevancy.
And if you look at the Google numbers, he is by far the most relevant, and it's not close.
Bro, the most Googled wrestler in the world. Something like, what, 72 million searches? Something like that?
About 40 million above CM Punk. So that's amazing.
Yeah.
So he's the most Googled. So.
And we hate him.
All right, y'all. We had a good show, man. Remember to keep stomping. Some amazing. We'll see y'all here next Friday. It's just a fan wrestling.
Peace.